Nice douchebag tattoo. Oh, for Stan Lee's sake. Oh, hey, son, it's Wolverine. No, it's not. Ah! You both suck. Penis.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review. Today we're taking a look at a Marvel Legends figure, and not just a Marvel Legends figure, it's the return of Marvel Legends. This is an older one, and it's Dark Wolverine. And I don't like this character at all. I actually hate this character in the comics. If you don't know who Dark Wolverine is, he is a Daken, which is Wolverine's son with, I think it was, is it Itsu? His now dead wife. And this guy was a douchebag supervillain, and he was supposed to be like turmoiled with conflicting emotions and with a heroic bloodline and being a supervillain, and he just came off as a super douchebag. I just never did like this character. He was also supposed to be bisexual because in today's bullshit PC world, everybody has to be included, and that drives me crazy. I don't care about that crap in comics. Just give me a base storyline, and the character really just came off more gay than he did bisexual. And when I mean gay, I don't mean the fact he was homosexual. He just was gay. I can't, something you don't like. And it just really drove me crazy. He had this weird mohawk, and yeah, I just didn't like the character on any level at all. Why did I buy this figure, you ask then? Well, I actually got this figure for a custom. I got it to make Demolition Man, actually, to use the head sculpt with my Walgreens exclusive first appearance Daredevil. And I think this is the best head sculpt I could get to go with that figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at this douchebag's packaging. Yay. Alright, so here we have douchebag Wolverine, I mean Dark Wolverine. In the package, it's the old school Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure line, which I really like these, and to be honest, they really need to go back to a package like this because the current Marvel Legends boxes are very easy to get into and for jackasses to replace figures to get a free figure, and I don't like that. I think that is cheating, really, in the world of collecting. And this is a much easier way to safeguard your figures and product for Hasbro, because if you do that, fuck you. Just fuck you, because what that is doing is causing costs to go up to us because they have to, you know, pay for this coming back, and it's eating up profit, and just, I hate people that do that. So anyway, end of rant. Here's the crappy figure in the box. It comes with Arnim Zola's arm, which is a build-it figure I really don't care about, but there he is. It's got the old school box. I do like that. It's got a picture of him up there. It says it's a build-a-figure, and it's kind of interesting because he's got two bone claws. From what I remember in the comic, he had metal claws, and he had two that would come out this way and then one that came out that way. I presume this is some iteration of that character. I just never did care enough for it to find out. Alright, so just kind of a close-up of the artwork itself. I do like that box. It looks nice. So there he is. Now, I got this from eBay. Pretty cheap, actually. There's the Build-A-Figure old school style of all the parts that you could get. Here is the back of the package. And we get some artwork of Dark Wolverine up here. There's a little write-up. All the figures that come in this line to build that guy, except for one. So there are 7 figures, but it only takes 6 to build the one figure, which was kind of interesting to me that they did it that way back in the day. But this figure was usually some chase figure that you wanted. In this one, it's actually Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, which is kind of interesting. If you ever watched Shartimus Prime, you know what I'm talking about there. So there is Arnim Zola, character I don't care about. Douchebag Dark Wolverine, another character I don't care about. I just want the head. You get the Marvel's Wrecking Crew guy right there. Don't know who that is. We get a Captain America. We get Drax. We get Phantom X. And then we get Marvel's Madams. Not sure who that character is. And then the Big Time Spider-Man, which is now famously known as Big Time Letdown Spider-Man from Shartimus Prime. Kind of funny to see that in the wave. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get this character out of box and see how crappy it really is. Alright, so here we have Dark Wolverine out of the package, and I still don't like this guy at all. You are fodder for my custom, you piece of shit. We've got the arm for the Build-A-Figure. I mean, this is actually pretty decently done, I guess. Yeah, so if you wanted to build that figure, there is a part that will go into a drawer, never be seen again at my house. Now, one of the interesting things about the old school figures, it came with a little write-up about stuff. So we get this weird pink Captain America universe thing going on here, and it's got a little write-up of Anum, Numinum, whatever his name is, Arnim Zola. So if you want to pause and read this, you can do so. Yes, there it is. And then on the back, it shows you how to build this guy, which, you know, you really don't need that. So I can see why they got rid of it. It's kind of interesting they gave a little write-up on it, though. I do like that. Maybe they should add a little card in for the new ones. That would be kind of fun. And, of course, we have douchebag Wolverine. It's kind of the classic Wolverine costume that he runs around in. He was in the Dark X-Men and maybe the Dark Avengers. I can't remember. If you remember, put a comment down below. This character, like I said, he was a supervillain that was supposed to be distraught with, you know, being torn between his villainy and his heroic bloodline, and I just didn't care for him. He ends up dying and incinerates himself, so Wolverine, just kind of a last F you to Wolverine. He had daddy issues, and yeah, I just never really cared for the character. It looks like the character when he wore the mask. There were a lot of comics where he didn't wear the mask and he had this great big goofy flowing mohawk that looked a lot like Storm's mohawk from the 80s, except it was black hair. So kind of interesting. He's definitely a pretty small framed figure, unlike the Wolverine from the Marvel Legends line, the actual Wolverine, which I've got, I just haven't reviewed yet, which is interesting. Now the character itself kind of varied in the comic. Sometimes they would draw him like really super ripped, almost like Sabretooth big, and then sometimes they would draw him a lot leaner like this, which, it is what it is. I just don't really care about the character. So looking at the detail of the character itself, again, it's a classic Wolverine mask, the brown and the yellow, which is why I got this, because I wanted to go with my first appearance Daredevil so I can make a Demolition Man out of it. It's got the, you know, classic kind of bodysuit for Wolverine, the brown and yellow version, which is pretty cool. I do like that as well. And it's painted pretty decent. You know, it's got all the proper spots it's supposed to. And then, of course, you've got his tattoo, which I'll show off in the midsection a little bit better. But overall, I mean, it is painted pretty decent. So looking at the midsection of the figure, you know, again, it is well done. It looks like the character. He's got his tattoo, his tribal tattoo, douchebag, all up and down his left arm there. He's got his two bone claws coming out of the top. Again, I don't really remember the bone claws. I just remember him with the metal claws, and there were three of them. Again, there were two at the top, and then he had one underneath, which was kind of interesting. I don't know if they just didn't do that here or if that was something they added in the comics. Maybe he only had the two bone claws and he got adamantium or whatever it was installed in the third claw. I don't know. If you guys know, leave a comment down below, I guess. Or don't. I really don't care much. But, I mean, it looks good. The detail on the bone claws is really, really nice. But they're a soft rubber, and they're kind of warped. So if you actually like this character, then you're going to have to heat them up and get them straight out. I do like the parts on the glove. The silver paint picks look nice. The belt is cool. It's a red plastic, and it's got a nice paint job on the belt buckle. And it is separate from the rest of the body, which is always cool when they do that with the belts. I do appreciate that. And he's got his little shorts and his little, yellow pants. Bottom of the figure has his brown boots. very Wolverine-like. Again, painted pretty well. They're just really brown. His legs are yellow, a mustard yellow, but there is some detail on the front of the boots. We get a nice black stripe going down the front and down the toes, which kind of, I guess, adds a little bit more detail into the toy, which is appreciated, especially since Hasbro lacks a lot of paint apps in today's figures. For comparison, here we have Dark Wolverine next to the first appearance Daredevil, the Walgreens exclusive, and Kraven the Hunter from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave of Marvel Legends. And, I mean, it's a decent figure. He's a little bit shorter than Daredevil. The body is about the same type of lean build. It's obviously a different body mold. And then, of course, Kraven is a all-round bigger figure. So, I mean, when you compare it to the other Marvel Legends figures, it does stand up. I will give it that. I hate the character, but I will give the figure that it fits well into Marvel Legends lines. And again, the reason I got this is I'm going to take the head off of this figure and then put this one on there so I can make a Demolition Man figure. The mustard yellow is too dark here for this one, so I'm going to have to repaint it. But overall, it should look pretty decent. Now, as far as articulation goes on this piece of junk, let's see here. The head goes up and down like that. It's on a ball joint, so that's pretty cool, I guess. It goes up, it swivels. It's got a double jointed elbow, just like every other Marvel Legends figures do. It does have a twist there at the glove, which is nice. The wrist does bend up and down, and it also twists. So that's actually pretty cool. He's got an ab crunch. He can go that far back, that far forward, so he can look down at his junk, which is kind of interesting. He's got a waist swivel. The belt is not part of that, so that looks pretty nice. I do appreciate that. His legs go out that far. They go up that far, back that far. They are also on a swivel, which is nice. He's got a double jointed knee. His boot has a twist at the top, which is good. He's got a hinge at his foot to go up and down. He's got toe articulation. I really, really do miss that on the Marvel Legends. And then he also has ankle rocker pivot that Glenn Webb loves oh so much. But yeah, and just for Glenn Webb, let's see how far this piece of crap. And just for Glenn Webb, who likes to see how far that they can go in their lowest possible stance with the ankle rocker pivot, here he is. This leg just doesn't want to move. The joint on that one is really, really crappy. And so he kind of leans to the right as he's looking at his junk. Oh! So is the Dark Wolverine a figure you want to add to your Marvel Legends collection? No, absolutely not. He sucks. Fuck you. I hate you. Well, I don't like the character, so I'm not going to say this is a must-have. If you like this character, then it is a good representation of it, I suppose. I have seen some customs out there where they had an unmasked version. I think they're customs. I have not seen an actual figure with the unmasked and mohawk. You know, I just don't like the character, so the figure's just blah. I got it for, you know, fodder to customize. It's a decent figure. The body mold's okay. The paint apps are pretty decent. And the articulation's there. So, you know, as a toy, it is okay. It's just a really shitty character. But, yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, if you like this character, definitely something you'll want to get. If you like to collect all the Wolverine figures, then this might be something you want to pick up. But I would not pay much for it. I paid $11 for it, and I think that's about what it's worth. So there he is, Dark Wolverine from The Return of Marvel Legends.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And as always, look for more videos in the future.